Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Now, anybody in her circle or her family members, they called her Nippy.
Her daddy gave her that nickname. He used to call, he called her Nippy. He used to call me Noopy.
What do you think fans will be most surprised to discover about Whitney Houston?
They'll be glad to know that I'm like them. Just, regular.
She wanted to, let's go to White Castles in a limousine. So just a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
She loved to swim. She was almost like an Olympic swimmer. But these are all things that people don't know.
What I do for fun is, I'm just very peaceful. I stayed home most of the time.
She was lazy as all you know what. She loved watching television. She loved sleeping.
I was planning on becoming a teacher or a veterinarian, but after learning that I could sing, it gets into your blood, I guess. It just never really leaves, so.
She was sincere about helping people. She had a huge heart.
She fed people, she clothed people, she helped send people to school. To know the Whitney that I know, to know the Whitney that I knew, is to truly know that you were blessed to know an amazing human being before you ever got to the voice. If you got a chance to know her heart, that was something special.
Do you want to see some lions today and stuff? Yeah. The Bronx Zoo was desperately in need of some lion cubs, and I happen to know of some. I thought that I'd donate them to the zoo.
Whitney had one of the biggest hearts. She embraced the next generation of singers. I remember Brandy talking about how emotional she became when she first met Whitney.
I'm happy. This is Whitney Houston. Oh my God.
I know Whitney Houston.
She loved Monica and Brandy. That was, to Whitney, that was the future of music.
She would love others more than she loved herself. When I was 18, I lost my grandmother. I witnessed a suicide. I lost my cousin. Whitney didn't call on the phone. 3 black trucks pulled up in the hood and she jumped out. She's got security outside, suited and booted, and she's pretty much giving them the hand.
She was on tour when I lost my second eldest brother. And we're in the middle of the service. And everybody goes to whispering. They're whispering, and I'm like, what are they whispering? It is Whitney. She is somehow made it to Detroit, Michigan, made it to the funeral, and she's walking in by herself.
I remember being in a car accident, and Whitney, she came over, and I think she slept in my bed in the room with me for 2 days. She would not leave,
This fame and this success thing, man, it comes and it goes. You're hot today and not tomorrow, or, that kind of thing. So it's important to know that you have family and friends that love you for you, and not because you got a #1 song on the charts.
There can be miracles.
The world remembers Whitney as the voice. Her tragic passing came the night before the Grammys a decade ago in 2012, but her very first Grammy appearance, that was back in 1986.
If I win, that'll be something. I knew it was me because Dion said, ah!
Whitney would go on to win 6 Grammys, but a lot of people wonder, where did she keep them?
Well, at first, when she had her mansion in New Jersey, she would encase them downstairs. And now, since her passing, I keep them archived here in Georgia.
So I'm saving all my love.
This is her dress from her first Grammy performance.
Look at that. Look how tiny she was.
And the Grammy goes to I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston.
Grammy #2 came in 1988, but it was really 1994 that was Whitney's year. She had 4 nominations, she won 3 Grammys that year, and who can forget how she opened the show? 2012 was the last time the Grammys would pay tribute to Whitney, the day after her passing.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for sharing our sister Whitney with us.
Whitney, we love
But we met Whitney long before she was a Grammy-winning superstar. In fact, she was just 20 years old, singing with Jermaine Jackson a full year before she released her debut album.
Love's heavy. Love is heavy.
What everyone forgets about Whitney, she was a model before she was a singer.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's super.
People in the modeling business really never knew that I did sing. So when they found out that I did sing, it was like, oh, so besides that, you can sing, so let's deal with that too. God gave me something really great, and he doesn't give it to everybody.
Whitney's gift was on full display when she performed the National Anthem at the Super Bowl in 1991.
They wanted her to lip sync the song. She didn't want to do it because she can't lip sync good. She said, I want to sing it, and she sang it. And she sang it.
I kind of blocked everything out, and I kind of went to the Persian Gulf, where the fellas were. It was for them that I sang it for.
1991 was a huge year for Whitney. You had that Star-Spangled Banner moment, and then she started filming The Bodyguard. But a lot of people thought that's where her acting career began. It wasn't. One of Whitney's first acting gigs was in 1985 on the Ricky Schroeder show, Silver Spoons.
I'm playing myself, and I'm performing. I'm doing a video at this club. I find that it comes sort of naturally in a way. I mean, being a performer. Yeah, I got a film coming out. Isn't that great? Your first? This is my first. Yeah. I mean, you haven't seen me in any movies, have you? Lately.
So the story behind The Bodyguard is pretty incredible because Kevin Costner called Whitney directly and said, "You are the only person I can envision playing this role, and if you don't accept this part, we're not gonna make the movie."
I thought that she was like really worth it, you know, and in fact, we postponed the movie for a year, which then said, everybody, you're waiting a year for someone that doesn't even know how to act? You know, I said, yeah, we're gonna do that.
We've had some intimate scenes to do. I was like, all right, well, don't put your tongue in my mouth, first of all. Yeah. I did. I closed my eyes and I exhaled. I liked that there was finally going to be a film about African-American women. I believe in you and me.
In the meetings that we had, there was talk about Julia Roberts, but Whitney made so much sense for so many reasons.
Denzel cornered me, and he said, Whitney, you're going to do this movie. You can sing gospel. And I said, Denzel, you've never heard me sing gospel. He said, yeah, but I've heard your mother. I thought, boy, you know how to get me good, right?
All and fiddly-dee, fiddly-faddly-faddle.
Who are you? I'm your fairy godmother, honey.
She called me and asked me if I would be Cinderella.
It flatters me, really, to have someone who loves me that much, who listens to me. She listened to me intently.
We're gonna leave you now with Whitney in her own words. She will never be forgotten.
Ever.
And may she always rest in power.
I think I was born to perform.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Roxy and the Whitney Houston Show. Yeah!
How frustrating is it to live out of a suitcase?
Frustrating!
It can be very frustrating if you actually live in one. I don't live in a suitcase. I need to sing. I don't need a career. It's wonderful that I have one, and it's been very good to me. I worked very hard at it, but I need my family more than I need a career. I opened my mouth and sang, and people took me in. They received me. I'm grateful. I really am.